roosters out here doing what they do. I thought I'd get y'all up early. I've been up, I've been up. You hear it? Go rising. Look, y'all, I had to get back out here doing my walking talks, howling at the moon. Your boy took a little time off because I'm not gonna lie, this winter has been one of the coldest winters since I've been back in the Carolinas. And I'm not coming out here if it's cold as all outside. Black folks are not built for that weather. And I've noticed while I've been taking a little from walking around outside at night, people are doing this now. You know what I'm saying? People are outside walking around making videos at night. Congratulations to y'all for knowing a real leader when you see one. But also shame on y'all for not giving credit where credit is due. But it doesn't really matter because the people see where the originator, the OG that goes outside with the shades on, throwing shade in the middle of the night, early in the AM, been doing it before it was cool to do, been doing it before it was trendy to do. It feels good to be back. It stays warm. Now listen, let me talk to you for a quick second. When a woman, because you don't know she's leftovers yet, when a woman says, don't sabotage your blessings, I need to talk about this because it's said to me a couple of times. It's very disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the Most High God. And a woman of God would never say such a thing. Now, I want you guys to understand something. The Jezebel will use God's name like it's nothing. The Jezebel thinks that it gives her credibility to, bring up Bible verses. The Jezebel thinks that it'll make her seem like a woman of God if she says certain things, but normally they'll use Bible scripture against you to try to tell you what your role is. And while that same Bible tells her to never, ever usurp power from men and try to tell men what to do. Jezebel. Hopefully the audio is working. If it's not, man, we'll just do it over again. Definitely getting back in the groove of things. So when a Jezebel says, don't sabotage your blessings, this is what she really means. What she's trying to say is, listen, you're on your journey with God. Don't overlook a blessing that God is giving you, i.e. a woman. I don't know what you're talking about, but don't come up in here. I just started back doing this. I'm going to report you, okay, first. All right. I'll get back to my subject here in a minute, but I don't want you to talk about that community in my comments. You're trying to get me reported. That stuff does not work anymore. You get blocked and reported automatically. You guys smash that like button. The Jezebel, when she says don't sabotage your blessings, what this Jezebel really means is, what she's trying to say is God is going to put a woman in front of you, and if you're too busy focused on your purpose or not getting out enough or refusing to date, you're going to miss out on this blessing. Now, she's convinced herself that this is real talk. Oh, you're still here. Yeah, I reported you. Hang on, homie. You still want attention. I'll hide you from my channel. Nice knowing you. So, this is what she wants to get across to you. Look, you've done a great job. You're on your journey. God is pointing things out to you. Overlook one of the things that God is pointing out. You're on your journey, so you're on the vibration. Well, God is going to put a woman or two along your path, and you got to go out of your way and be observant and, try to get one of these. Don't miss out on a blessing because you're supposed to be chasing down women. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Now, for this is, it's a cry of desperation. I like this type of guy or this guy, but I'm not woman enough to put my east side and let him know directly. So I want to use God to try to manipulate him into chasing me as if that's his purpose in life. No. So when you hear some raggedy, stinking ass Jezebel saying, don't miss out on your blessing, speaking in reference to women or a woman that she thinks she might be overlooking, it's just her trying to put herself in the game. Or a lot of times Jezebels don't like to see you happy alone. So even if they're not putting themselves in the game, they're trying to put a woman in the game to take your away from you. Okay? And that's a Jezebel thing to say. Now, How in the world are you going to miss out on your blessing? And God has been leading you all the way up to the point where you fall. But all of a sudden, God's going to leave you somewhere stranded with missing out on a blessing. Doesn't make any sense. That makes absolutely no sense. What makes more sense, and this saying is, please don't leave me behind. Please. I know you got boundaries and standards, but please lower them a little bit. Can you do that for me? I made some mistakes when I was younger. I was so young. I was only 25 or 26. I was just a baby. My frontal cortex is not fully developed, and I was out there getting it bust wide open, and I had a baby, a couple cheering, one or two. Let it go. Just let it go, please. I got more than a few bodies. I was 28. I had just developed my front cortical cortex, whatever the fuck, and I was just live a little bit. It's just a couple, dozen bodies. What matter? I'm telling you, man. I know exactly what time it is. Thank you. You're over here watching me. Appreciate you. Pay attention. Stop talking. These females, man, they really want you to give them a handout, but they're so egotistical. They do not know how to humble themselves. I'm telling you, it's going to be before 2030. I'm saying by 2027, women will be sharing men. It will be openly okay to talk about sharing men. And I mean, while it's hot. But right now, the ego is still strong. So when you hear women and things like this, don't self-sabotage. When they're talking about self-sabotage, they're always talking any of these reverse psychology, weird ass ways of mental manipulation. That kind of stuff. Why would you need a woman to tell you what you're doing wrong or what she perceives for you to be doing wrong? It don't make any sense. You don't. What's happening is a woman, she wants to anchor herself to you, attach herself to you, tether herself to you, and she wants to do it through mental manipulation. A man of God, and that's going to be the tool that she used the most, which again is how you know Jezebel. Only a Jezebel would just be throwing God's name out there and trying to trick you into wanting to be with a lower vibrational female such as her. It is what it is. Now, guys, I just want to get on here really quickly. I'm not going to go for anything. I'm about to do insanity and then lift some more weights. I've already been lifting for about 2 hours, meditating and whatnot. God, watching my shows, having a blast. You can do that yourself. Make sure you give the first part of your day to yourself, which is giving it to God, because God rose you, as soon as you open your eyes. The best way to thank God is to rejoice. Get up and do what you do best, whatever you do, whatever makes you happy. Get up, tell God thank you, go and do what you got to do. Go look yourself in the mirror and be like, the best to ever do it. I love you. And then go and do what you got to do. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, sets the day right. It lets you know the perspective, what's really going on, what's real and what's not real. And spending that time with yourself in the AM, it grounds you. It puts you in reality. So whenever you go live on the internet or post anything on the internet, you remember it's not real. It's not real. What you're dealing with is a bunch of different people who have mental disorders, psychopathy, and they need the internet to justify them, and they use the internet as a cowardly weapon to act the strong. Don't mean nothing to you. Just cowards, it don't mean nothing to you. You can never let a coward, cause you. And we need to talk more about cowardism, and shame needs to come back. Now listen, I appreciate you. Shame needs to come back. With this shame that's coming back, you need to be calling out everything you see. Cowardism needs to be called out, man. Any kind of trolling online, any kind of malicious, faceless channels or cartoony AI channels with no real person to be accountable. We got to start, getting rid of this trash. We got to start doing something about it, and definitely not entertaining trolls. Like, it could be AI, because the same way that they can block. Do you know that I posted a comment on TikTok where I didn't cuss? All I did was talk like I talk about you meaning nothing in my reality to some crazy person trolling me. And you know TikTok blocked me. They didn't block her comment. They blocked mine on my account. On my own account. Didn't cuss. Didn't say nothing. Just, you know, my normal kind of talk. You mean nothing in my reality. Woo. They blocked it. They blocked it. Talking about hate speech. And I ain't got no. But trolls can say whatever they want. Listen, man. This is psychological warfare. Being online is you have governments using it as psychological warfare. You have organizations using the data that they collect from people giving information freely online. And then next thing you know, there'll be a whole new, there's a new stat that's out. You know, they've done a couple studies. The studies are you, nigga. Like, they're studying you. That's why I don't work out on TikTok too. I noticed that YouTubers were going, like, bringing sizes that I'm doing on TikTok, and things started getting weird. I'm like, I'm not giving you free information. I'm not. You'll hear some of these people talking away too. They'll say observational studies. What do you think an observational study is? You. I'm like, these people are online stealing, not only the ones stealing the words out of my mouth, but I'm working out on TikTok and I got Goofy stealing that too. Just like using me as kind of a test subject to watch my progress over time for free. Not getting paid nothing. Not doing it with y'all no more, man. Once you sit back, you start noticing stuff, and you're like, it was once I started noticing dudes showing up. Like, why do these dudes keep showing up? And you know it's a dude because he hide their profile. Women won't know when they're in my live stream. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I see YouTubers saying the same stuff and doing the same workouts I do on TikTok. And this is getting weird. Start putting two and two together, and I'm like, nah, bro, we ain't doing this, man. Ain't doing this. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. And that's what I want to end the live stream with. I want us to focus on making sure that you keep everything to yourself. You don't know who's watching you. Keep everything to yourself. Don't speak about nothing. Don't get online revealing any new kind of workouts. Don't be giving, because they're just using the internet as a weapon, and they're observing people and studying people, and you know, it really causes for us to be in this loop. You know, they're studying us, putting out information about us, and we're taking that information and using it. This is goofy, man. But again, just bringing it back home. I'm getting used to this, you guys. Gotta get there in these streets and start talking, just start getting those downloads, and I'm not even separating them no more. I'm just here, just blasting them all off at once. But yeah, these women, when they speak of self-sabotage, that's what they're talking about. They want you to lower your standards or your boundary for a woman that really doesn't qualify for you to have a chance. And that's what they mean by it. So listen to nothing they say, watch what they do. You know, we started saying over here, that term and phrase came from your boy. And a lot of things you hear your favorite content creators saying came from their favorite content creator, your boy over here. Their guilty little secret that they like to go and check in on new ways of thinking, you know what I'm saying? Trying to find new ways of opening their calcified pineal gland and trying to elevate a higher level. Happens all the time, man. Got alphas watching me left and right. But listen, again, just getting back out here, these videos, these live streams outside, or for the Soul Tribe. We're talking about water cooler talk, locker room talk. What do construction workers do? My foreman, food truck talk. You know what I'm saying? Food truck talk, water cooler talk. I think that covers all of them, right? You know what I'm saying? Food truck, you know, water cooler. Oh, yeah. Locker room talk being, you know, for the athletic gym heads, right? Oh, we're chopping it up. You guys make sure you join the tribe, subscribe, more content coming soon. I will be jumping on my other channel and babbling over there, rapping about, I don't know, something. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come up with some conversation. Got my steps in, man. You guys also make sure you're getting your steps in. Don't go over your calorie deficits, and maintain some level of calisthenics and weightlifting while simultaneously mixing things between lightweight, heavyweight. You know, it's all about muscle confusion. That's still a thing. The old school way of doing things is still very much the best way of doing it. If you need a little way to get back into fitness and you don't know where to start with P90X or Insanity. You know what I'm saying? Either one of those classic workouts that you can, I'm not telling you to do this, you should go to Beachbody and sign up for it, but you can also find those videos for free online. I'm not bootlegging nothing. I'm just telling you they're free online. I'm just taking advantage of it. That's all. Get your exercise in, start getting up early, start building. It's going to be hard at first, but building these, what I call good bad habits, is what builds you into the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That will be in my book. And I don't care who tries to take from what I just said. You don't know the definition of it that I'm going to come up with. But bad habits is definitely going to be in my book. You guys start developing yourself some good habits. And again, bad habits are just what people come up with. Term of things that you do too much that probably is the best for you. So why don't you just come up with things that you do a whole lot that are good for you? Good, bad habits. But anyway, y'all love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out.